partners. The problem is we're invisible to ourselves. So what we need to see ourselves. Now, we found we could video you, and you can see yourself on the video later, that's fine. But actually, what works better is seeing another human being do you. The invitation with your partner, and as ever, you don't have to do it, is your partner's going to copy your walk. Notice how you feel about this proposition. Self-awareness should always be uncomfortable. Why? Because our self-perceptions, there's always a gap between them and reality. If you've done a lot of personal growth, the gap might be like that. For some of my clients, it's like that. So like, in my head, my voice is like a British Harrison Ford. When I listen to my podcast, I'm like, hello, I'm Mark. Not so much. So it's a bit uncomfortable, right? So it's totally normal when that gap gets closed that you'll feel uncomfortable. That's your bullshit disappearing. That's literally what that is. That's your bullshit being burnt away. Yeah, the gap to perception and reality is getting closer. And because you know that's about to happen, your bullshit's like, resisting, in different ways. So one of you will walk around, and you'll try and walk as normally as you can. I know it's weird because you're being watched, and it won't be totally normal, And the other one will copy you. They'll join in behind you. Karen, do you want to Walsh it? Yeah. So they don't have to be the same size or gender or anything else. And she's going to Walsh as best she can. It's a verb to Walsh. You are a verb. Good definition of embodiment, by the way. Body as verb. Body as a way of being. Now, she can't do it exactly right. She's got a bit of a limp, and she's a different height, and she's got different hip shape and various other things. But we're all good mimics. If you see kids, we can mimic, So she's going to copy me as best she can, and she'll look at the face a few times, and maybe I do something, she does it the same way. Might sort of move something just to get her a sense of how I do that. Just interact with the environment a bit more. If I scratch my beard, she scratches her beard. If I itch my nose. Okay, so she copies me as best she can, and I'm trying to be as normal as I can, which is difficult, right? I could pretend I'm going to the shops or something. It's easier if you talk sometimes. Then I step out and she keeps walking. And now I look at myself. Now the key thing here is she's not mocking me. Okay, this is quite, some of you have gone into sort of mocking mode a little bit. It's important that you don't go into that, that mocking energy? Do you know what I mean? Because that's just not nice. And she's actually doing me a favor, so I really want to, she's giving me a gift of self-observation, of self-awareness. So I look at myself and I go, probably some sort of judgment comes up, like, what a cocky bastard, or whatever, how confident, or whatever it is that comes up for you, right? And then I'm going to ask you some questions to help you look at yourself. She stays in that embodiment as best she can. She can even exaggerate it like 10%. The tricky thing is her own embodiment's going to want to take over. She's going to want to cross her arms the other way. She's going to, because it will feel weird. So she's really doing me a favor by staying there as long as possible. Karen, thank you. Then she'll give herself a shake. She starts walking around, and then, there we go. And I'll have a chance to check in with her, and I'll say, how was it to Walsh? What was awesome about Walshing, Karen?
I feel quite confident.
Okay, great. Yeah, your partner will give you some sort of positive feedback, because you'll probably have enough negative feedback yourself. People tend to be like, oh, I'm awful, and the other, but no. So, does that make sense as an exercise? Why are we doing this? It's not mocking each other. Why are we doing this?
To see each other.
To see ourselves. To see ourselves. Secondary benefit is you'll probably get a bit more empathy for another kind of way of being. You get a bit more range, but you learn to observe, which is a good skill as well. But the primary purpose is that we see ourselves kind of fresh. Do you know what I mean? Like seeing yourself anew. Okay, so if everyone got a partner, choose if you want to do it or not. Person A, put your hand up. Person A, put your hand up. Person A, and keep your hand up. Okay, stop the social engagement system. Come on. Okay, person A, step into the middle. Okay, person A, you're going to be walking. Person B, step right to the side. Let's give them maximum space. Person A, have a little stroll around. That's it, go for a walk. And think about like what you're going to be doing later and your shopping list and what's on TV and why Chernobyl was a much better series than Game of Thrones. Fucking shit ending. Just have a little think about other stuff. It will distract you from how you're walking. Think something you've got to sort out later. Okay, observers. There's two ways to observe. Use both. One is the technical method. Technical method would be like looking at the footfall. Which part of the foot is touching? Is the knee leading? Are the hips moving? Are the shoulders and arms moving? What's the angle and the head of the head? The face, remember, you won't be able to see, so have a good look at the face. Where are they breathing? So embodiment teachers get better and better at observing bodies. I've been learning this increasingly recently. So really technically, how are they walking? And now empathize. How do you do that? Look at them and relax. Don't lean on things if you're watching. Open yourself up. What do they taste like? Or you can use imagery and metaphor, like what animal do they feel like, or what color are they? Not literally, but like Karim, what animal do I feel like when you did me? What music are they? Some of you are like, do, 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 do. Some of you are like, I know, da, 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 da. It's different flavor. Okay, then join in behind them when you're ready. Walkers keep walking. Remember, if they scratch their head, you scratch your head. Look at the angle of the chin, how much the arms are moving. Take on their being as best you can. You only have to be 80% kind of right to help them. See if you can really like burn this into you, like you're going to keep this going in a bit. And if you want to keep walking in different directions, please, folks, because otherwise you get into a sort of group walk. If you want to pick up a block or move a chair, someone once kissed their wife doing this, which was a bit difficult for the partners. Don't do that. You could shake hands with someone. Please don't talk, but you could shake hands or high five. How are they breathing? Would you sound like them if it was just the noise of the walk? So last chance to really burn it into your brain, because they're going to step out in a minute. So person A, step out and watch yourself walk. Person B, you keep walking, different directions, please. Who is this person? Try and be kind to yourself. You can turn it up, 10% exaggeration, walkers, if you want, different directions, please. What is this person good at? How do they get love? What would it be like if it were you on a first date with this person, or they walked into a job interview as the job candidate? This is your first impression, they walk through the door. You can kind of close your eyes and open them again, kind of blink at them. You'll kind of get a sense of them sometimes doing that. How might this person get in trouble? Too nice, too nasty, too silly, too serious? How does this person find connection? How do they build relationship? What's strong in this person? Any other questions? Coaches probably usually have some good ones that come to mind. Who is this? Embodiment can be thought of as the study of how we are who we are. People in the middle, make a mental note about what you like about being them, because you're going to tell them later. I'm going to swap roles first, but you're going to tell them later, so a little mental note. How does the world look through their eyes? How are you thinking? Cognition and perception are embodied. Maybe things are a little different. How would you meet someone as them? So a mental note there about what you like, so you can feed that back to them later. And stop, have a little shake. Take off someone else's underpants, put your own back on. I was teaching in Milan, and they're like, this is like walking in shoes that are not your own. And I was like, good metaphor, you know? Okay, so now you get to walk as you, okay? So back to being yourself. Gonna run to the toilet. Okay, nice and quick. Look how she runs to the toilet. Okay, pause. Do you feel the tension release? Yeah? When you get more self-awareness, there's two things happen. Your bullshit resists, but there's a part of you that also welcomes it. It's like, oh yeah, this is good, this is good, it's good. It's better to know about yourself because it's a more realistic picture of the universe, right? That has evolutionary benefit. We need to know where the apples are and how tall I am and whether I could beat him in a fight or not. Yeah, we want a realistic view of the universe, even though that's painful. There's these two things that happen. Okay, so in a partner, you're gonna have 5 minutes to debrief, so a bit of a longer debrief. What I liked about being you can offer. And then the main one though is here's what I saw about being me. Here's what I saw about myself. Good. Little tip, if you saw mostly bad things, flip them into compliments about yourself. If you saw mostly good things, you cocky bastard, then flip them into possible disadvantages. So for example, if you said, he's really confident, you might think, I might be a bit arrogant. If you think, oh, I'm so arrogant, I'm such an arrogant person, you might go, you know what, I'm probably quite confident. They're not the same, but they're in the same family. Or if you thought, oh, that person looked a bit timid, you might say, well, they might be quite humble. So you could probably flip. Normally embodied characteristics have two sides, right? Yeah. So that's just a little tip if you went a bit hard on yourself, or if you were the opposite and you were like, I look amazing. Yeah. But you know, embodied